Hi everyone, good morning. This is your Vincent coming up with a video on waste no time in proving yourself to others. You can add yourselves also if it is plural. Okay. We know in this world there are several people, most of the people across the world. You can find them even in the neighborhood. Sometimes it is possible that you can see that same thing in you also. That we all keep trying to prove ourselves before others. Others in the sense, of course, you can just count anyone. We don't know who is that someone that you have to prove to. In this world, there is only one person, or you can say a deity, that you have to prove yourself to. That is God, when it comes to the spiritual form. And there will be other people sometimes whom you have to prove yourself to. First one, which I mentioned, God, is permanent. Every time, the one and the only one that you need to prove yourself to is God. And when it comes to human beings, it takes its different shape. It depends when, which situation, depending on the conditions. If it is at home, and when Father gives a task to you, you have to prove that according to that particular task given, you have to prove that you are strong enough in accomplishing that task given. So that is to the father or mother, whoever is there. The rest, yes, there is no need that you need to prove. With others, no need. When it is a job place or the workplace, there you need to give or present yourself to prove that you have certain strengths, to prove that you can do that work. Tasks will be given in the workplaces, so that you have to prove, there you have to prove that you are capable enough to finish the task given in a stipulated time. And in these two cases, whether in the family or at workplace or in any other, even in the society also, because we are in the society, and everywhere, of course, there is some sort of an accountability. And whenever the accountability is there, you have to show that you can prove yourself. But it's not necessary that you have to prove yourself to every Tom, Dick and Harry that you meet. When you go to an interview, there you have to prove your strengths to the interviewer, the one who is interviewing you, the one who questions you. You have to prove your strengths there, but not to other people who have come along with you to give the same presentation like you. They are also the interviewees. It is not necessary that you need to show yourself there, show your strengths before those people. Immediately what they do is they just try to copy what you have, and then if at all they have something else in addition to what you do not have, they can gain something from you and then add that one and get or obtain the job. So where you need to prove, you have to prove your strengths, your abilities, or whatever the task is. Dear friend, we all know that we are in the world where most of the people are lost in proving themselves to everyone, their strengths to everyone. It's not necessary. The world is full of competition, yes, there is no doubt about it. In this race, are you a participant or otherwise the winner? Winners have certain tasks. Participants also have certain tasks. This participation in future can give you confidence to win. Initially it may not, but it can happen to certain people who are confident enough. Except for a few, many want to be winners. This is common. They try to prove themselves before all or many people, but this is something which is foolish. According to me, you do not have to prove yourself to be a winner in front of everyone. There are only a few section of people in different areas before whom you have to prove yourself. When you go for an interview, as I already said, that you have to prove yourselves before the interviewing panel, not before others. Have you any idea where and in front of whom you should prove yourself? Remember this one particular thing. This is something which is very important, that you should never prove yourself or try to prove yourselves before fools and your conspirers. There are people who do not want you to grow at all. Before them, never try to prove anything. Right? As there is a kind of a belief that we should not try to discuss anything or talk anything before or argue anything before fools, and even before those people who do not want you to win the argument at all. There are two things that we need to remember. If people are there to admit that they are wrong and they agree that you have won, and you also are convinced about it, they are convinced about it, yes, that means your strengths are proved there, it is fine. You can argue, and sometimes you may lose the argument, but those people still can appreciate what you have argued. There you can, even if you lose the battle in the argument, it's still no problem at all. They are wise people. They encourage you to talk, and they learn something, and you also learn something. But there are some people who do not want you to win at all. Winning or losing is not the criteria here. Participation is the criteria. And even while losing, there is something to win. Maybe in future, that means you are going to gain lots of information, so that in the next time you can add some information. Added information will always keep you confident, keep your confidence level very high. Now, some people have, it's just a participation is okay. And I do have a question. Don't these participants have no value in the race at all? Do they have? Of course they do have, because they gain a lot of information, they gain a lot of confidence just by observing others. And when you sit along with the wise men, with those knowledgeable people, wise people, and you gain a lot of strength, a lot of confidence, then even if you lose, you will not be worried at all. They do not want to put you down, but they talk for themselves. They give the right information. They give as much information as possible on the ground of discussion. Yes, before them, if at all you are a participant, it's really wonderful. Lose the battle, no problem at all. Your strengths are still observed by them, and they still observe that. They still appreciate you for what you have contributed. Just for whatever small contribution it is from your side, it is appreciated. Yes, that will certainly raise the level of your confidence. Right? So, there you have a value. And here what you are creating is, you are creating your own value by having your own image. You are not bending yourself before anyone here. You are just participating. There are two different ways that you can observe here. You are a participant for two reasons, or for one of these two reasons. In order to gain confidence, that is number one, where you already know that you're not going to win immediately, except for some luck, but you're going to gain some confidence in that, because your participation will give you strength. You will just observe what others are, how others are doing, and in your forthcoming participation or participations will give you the winning, will give you the victory. Right. Spending energy to prove yourself to others becomes a drain on your mind. This has got something like impressing others when mostly people with little skills or confidence do. But it is not your job. It shouldn't be your cup of tea. But those who are confident restrain from impressing others. We are not here to impress everyone. We are here to impress only the right person. Creating a good impression, not a fake impression. Genuine impression for which your efforts are genuine. And you will not try to impress there. How you can impress is with your confidence, showing what you have. And there come out your real efforts, and your real strength will come out. Just confidence is enough there. Overconfidence is a pride, leave it. But fake things come out of those people who are not really confident about themselves, about what they have, because they add something from others and they show off. Right. There are certain areas where the people do their selections. Of course, sometimes it's wrong. Every selection process is not correct. Of course, we do know that, even in the interviews or anywhere else, wherever it is. It's not perfect, but sometimes those people know that they have taken their wrong decision, but they just take it. There are different reasons again, but there are certain people who take the wrong people into the tasks. They make them right people. And again, that is for other reasons, maybe financial backgrounds or whatever, on the financial grounds. Yeah, they may take such decisions. And they want to take useless people and make them useful in their organizations. But you're already useful, more useful. How you have to give your contribution, and whether you would be able to do justice to that or not. When those people are not confident about you, then they would take others. Otherwise, no. And right now, just coming to the point, as you keep yourself engaged in fulfilling the task before you, you're already on the mission of completing your given task. And that is something which is more important than anything. You should also be aware of this, that your superiors have already known about you. You have already got into the work. When you have already been into the work and people have observed you, that means your officials, otherwise your supervisors, the recruiters, they get exact information sometimes, because there's always a scrutiny done. Everywhere, of course, it's just like a CC camera everywhere, at every point of time. Every corner. You have most of the offices filled with the CC cameras today. They keep observing your work. And at the same time, some information also is being passed onto them by others. Sometimes it is correct information, sometimes it is wrong information. And in order to see whether it is right or wrong, they keep checking again. And finally, they just call you. Initially, they just call to see whether the information given by others is genuine or not. Once they confirm that, they are not going to reveal any truth about who has given the information, what kind of information has been given, but they keep asking different questions. There, it is your job to prove that you are correct, you're doing your work according to the task given unto you. So what you need to prove should be known to you. You have to prove that you are not the culprit. There are certain areas, of course, that also only to the boss, the one who has given you the job. and those who are related to that. Not everyone is to be given the information. You do not have to prove that you are not the culprit to everyone, only to the right person. Then, after some observation, yes, the boss will come and start appreciating you without even showing that appreciation in front of everyone. In heart, he will start appreciating you. And how you're going to take that appreciation, that kind of a praise, that observation would also go on. If you are going to cross the limit, then the work is going to be in danger again. That is the reason most of the people these days, most of the management people and those in the administration, they do not want to appreciate anyone's work in front of everyone, in front of all the other workers. There are two things. One, it's for your good. The other one, it's for their own safety. If for your own good, in the sense, of course, if people start appreciating you in front of others, others may start showing their jealousy against you and may start disturbing you and even your career also. That is the reason, because they do not want to lose the good efforts that you have done, and they don't want to lose you also, right? So that because they want to keep you there, they will not appreciate in front of others. They may appreciate in their hearts, and how can you take that they are appreciating you? How do you know it? You will know that when they have not removed you from the work, and you can continue. As long as your work is not disturbed, and as long as you are not praised, you are safe. You have to take this very positively. If you are appreciated, you are in danger sometimes, because there starts coming the temptation. Other people start disturbing, and they would also, the management people will not interfere in saying to others not to disturb you. Well, they may, but then these people may start grudging against you. They will try to put you down. They will try to harm you, even outside the workplace, wherever it is. Things do happen, and that is one other reason why you need to be careful. I need to be careful wherever I go, wherever I work. So, one thing that we need to keep in our minds is that we need to be aware that each of us is unique. We are all unique in this world. We are not greater than others. Others are not greater than we are. So I am not greater than anybody else, and anybody else is not greater than I am. We all have different strengths. We are all unique. They are great in certain areas. I am great in certain areas. So my strengths can be proved in certain areas, and I can be happy but not feel proud of myself. When the pride comes, destruction will come. I don't have what others have. Others do not have what I have. So yeah, I can be confident about my strengths alone and keep working on that, because we do have one body but different organs, each one functioning on its own. If one is gone, the work process gets delayed, or otherwise it may get stopped also for some reasons. Sometimes other people keep going with their work. So every organ of the body has its own work, has its own mission. It has to go on with that one. And I, in any workplace, I am given some responsibility that I need to go with that one without comparing myself with others. When there is comparison, the only comparison that I can do is compare my previous work with the present work which I do and which I am doing right now. What I did and what I'm doing. Is there any improvement? Yes, fine. So I should keep on going by showing improvement on my previous efforts, previous results. So I did something in the past. Now the present one should be a little higher than what I did earlier. And the future attempt should also grow. The future results should be better than the present one. So I need to put my efforts in order to get better results. So always better, because I cannot be the best, because something best comes out later. So what is my best now? The best that I can do is confirmed only after my death. Only the people who can see something after my death can only see what's the best in me, because till I die there is nothing the best, because my work is compared to my previous work, and after that there are so many other people to come and do something else better than what I did. So there is no best according to me. This is how I understand. You may take it wrong, but it's up to you. My understanding is this. So what you can do, I cannot do, and what I can do, you cannot do. You can do something better than what I did, and later on I can do and put some more efforts, and in a different way, using a different methodology, I can try to prove something is better than the work done by you. But I'm nowhere better than you are, and you are nowhere better than I am, because we are all sailing in the same boat, learning something from each other. So we are all learners till our death. Certain similarities can always be there, but we are all different. We have different strengths. We all know our strengths, and we need to go on working. We keep working on our strengths to improve something better than the previous. And at the same time, we are not going to look for others' appreciation, as I already mentioned. Once we start looking for some appreciation, the moment one appreciation comes, we feel proud and then try to lift our collars up. Shrugging of our shoulders will be there positively, but it should not become a pride. It should not develop a negative attitude. A positive attitude is always shown in just improving and then bowing ourselves before others, no, but before our own efforts, before God. Thank you for this achievement. Without your help, I couldn't do it. And thank you, Lord. We are bowing before a few people, means the employers, saying, because you gave me the chance, you gave me an opportunity to show my strengths, or otherwise show the areas or my skills, I was able to learn something better than earlier, and I was able to do what I learned from the rest of the people or from other sources also. This is how we need to improve. We have to show our learning. Life is not easy. We are totally different in this way. And then there should be a question, is it wrong proving ourselves before others? No, it may not be wrong, but why should we? Why should we? People already know what we are doing. They can observe, and the way to impress others is to go on working, giving a smile. Just keep working. As you keep working, of course, people do observe, and then, how are you, Mr. So-and-so, A and B? How are you, A? Or how are you, B? You're fine, doing good. As the employer talks with you with that kind of relief, that itself is an impression. That means they care for you. And you just go on, yes sir, or yes madam, I'm doing good, thank you. And I should go on. You don't have to say to others, oh, today the boss has come to me and then asked me whether I was good or not. Okay, it does happen to everyone. It doesn't happen only to you and me. Right? Yes. So it is fine as long as you know your strengths, and everyone may not be your well-wisher, and that is one of the reasons that why you should not go on showing yourself before others. You need to be very careful with the people these days. All are not your well-wishers. So you need to keep yourself on the guard. You do not have to challenge before everyone either. Just know who really needs your skill. And this is another thing. Show your skill to prove that you can be of some help to someone needing your help. It can be a company you are looking forward to, especially for a job. Otherwise, if you should prove what you should prove, these are the two areas that you need to see and observe, especially with this. You want to prove what? Where? Yes, I'm here. I can prove that I can help your organization. That should be the area where you have to prove. There is something. What should I prove, sir? You tell me. There I will. Not showing I am great. No. The skills that I have learned are really great, and God helped me with greater learning skills, and I have achieved and I have obtained very good skills. I will show those skills to you. Your skills are important. You are not important. I am not important. My skills are important. When I give my skills in the proper way, my importance will be understood in the later stages. You should prove that they or the company can use your skills but not you. Why? If they are using you, that means they are exploiting you. As long as they are using your skills, they want your skills, and the rest they are keeping you at rest. Yeah? So if you show more than what you have, there are chances that your skills can be exploited. If you can show what you have, that alone will be taken. What has to be done today, you do it today. What can be taken for tomorrow, you can take. What should be done tomorrow, you have to do it and plan for it, and then you have to do it. You don't have to show that I can do things that can be done tomorrow, today itself. No. Then more exploitation can be done. The way to escape this kind of an exploitation is only to do that day's job that day, without keeping it for the next day, or doing something else. What can be done the next day today? Yes. We are not going to show that we are weak in any ways. Today's work to be done today is your strength. Tomorrow's work that can be done today itself is your weakness. Today's work taken forward to tomorrow is also your weakness. So escape this kind of an exploitation. You will be safe. There's one more thing. When should you prove what you are? Well, of course, in the job interviews or anywhere, even at home, mom and dad can give different kinds of tasks. God also gives certain tasks. Yes, we have to. When the task is given, you have to prove that. If the choice is left to you to choose, there are certain areas. While in the job interview, your skills and performance should prove that you are a compatible person. If the choice is left to you to choose whether to join or leave, it shows that you have proved yourself. This shows your strengths. If they have to make the choice, it is understood that you need to enhance your skills a lot. That means you are not really compatible. If they have to take the choice, yeah. If you have to take the choice, you are really good. While at a workplace, depending on the kind of the work, you have tasks to fulfill at the end of the academic or the calendar year. There is no compromise if you are close but no cigar while achieving goals. If it has to be done, it has to be done. No, almost done, but I failed. Maybe a few more seconds or minute or what. Never acceptable. If such an excuse is given, even the boss is also not that good. In many other cases, there is no need to prove at all, except for these areas. So, you have already understood. There is no question of no cigar. Very close but no cigar. That means you have almost done the work, but still there is some more to be done. That means you have not accomplished the work. Why don't we have to prove to everyone? I've already given everyone is not a well-wisher. This is one of the explanations given earlier. There is only one to select you to work for him or her. Prove yourself in front of that person. Others are spectators and members of the staff like you. Some of them may be seniors, but not all. Moreover, all seniors need to be skilled enough to compete with you if you are better than them. However, your gentleness, in spite of advanced skills you acquire, will keep you at peace with the rest. This you have to know. Also, you know that you cannot please everyone. So better not try to prove. Moreover, you're not an everyone's pleaser, isn't it? Once you start pleasing, you have to bow down at every place and right in front of everyone. Mind this, that not even your boss should dictate terms with you. Never go to an extent that you would lose your self-respect. Know where you should be and be there. Do not let others keep you where they want you to be. Never go below dignity. In case you want to prove something about you, show through your work. Do not say how you will do, but say how you did. You talk about your past, never talk about the present or future, because it is not yet accomplished. After you have done the work, yes, you are confident enough, you have a lot of joy because the work is accomplished and you can tell them how you did that. Others can copy and you are still the person great in their eyes, and whatever you say can be still taken because the work is already done by you. Right. In case you want to prove something about you, yes, do this. Same to follow through the remaining missions also. Never say anything before you did what you did, what you have to do. People may have questions about some failures also. And in such cases, just remember, failures are the stepping stones for success. One's learning can be from others' failures. This is also possible. It's from your own failures and from others' failures also. So when you have observed others failing and know where the areas that they failed, the reasons why they failed, there are chances that you can improve from their failures also. It can also be from your own failures too. You can make your own corrections just by observing others who did something correctly. So without failures, there is no experience gained at all. So without facing failures, you cannot encourage others who failed. Without failures, you will not try for other experiments also. So failures are very, very important in our lives. Without failures, you will not try for other paths also. Without failures, you can't put other efforts. And something else is important here now. Your life is about you. You are the ultimate decision maker in and of your own life. You know what you are capable of. You know what you can do. You know when and where and in front of whom you can do things that you are supposed or plan to do. Even your boss has got no right to change your decision once taken for something. You should know what suggestions and how much of that can be taken from others. Too many suggestions can only take you to the world of imagination. That makes you leave the practicality. And you also know that you are responsible for your own life. Others are not responsible. Others don't take the responsibility of what happens to you. If it is success, you are responsible and you are the author of the success. If it is a failure, you are the author. You are responsible for your own failures. So if it is your own failure, if something happened just because of your own mistakes, it's fine. Then you have chances to correct. If the mistake that you did it's because of somebody else, then you have only something to do is blaming others. Never give such a chance to blame others. If it is a mistake done by you, you have a chance to correct. You are very humble at the time. I did a mistake. If it is somebody else's mistake by making you do a mistake, you have a chance to blame and you will never go for a correction because you keep on blaming others. So it is your mistake, you did. Go on with that and try to make corrections and become better in that. Go for different experiments and go for different methods that will prove your strengths, better strengths shown, better results shown. You know that you have power to control every situation in your life. Not in others' life, in your own life. Having all possible abilities within you, why should you spend time proving yourself to others? What is your focus now? End result is the focus. Pay almost deaf ear to all criticism or unnecessary pieces of advice, or menial commands or orders given by others. You are there for the end result, whether in a professional life, personal life, or spiritual life, because we have all the three realms, areas of life. One is professional, the other one is personal, the other one is spiritual. In every area of life, we need to show the end result. We are putting our efforts to gain better results now, better results than the previous. At the end, it should be the best one. One's life journey ends with the end of the life, and your all achievements will be taken at the end, and then that is the time you are given wonderful awards. The awards that you receive when you are still alive will bring only little satisfaction. The ultimate satisfaction will be there from your own beloved ones who really wish you good. After all the achievements that you have had, they will make the collection of that and then say, he has done wonderful things. That is the best thing that you can get from anyone. You are not here to face others' challenges, but the challenges of your own. Paying attention to everyone, giving them reasons, will bring to live according to them, while forgetting the purpose of your own life and challenges that you have to face. Your focus is to overcome almost every challenge and claim the award, which is the end result. We have already come across one thing, that we are all unique. Each one's mission is different. Yours is not mine, and mine is not yours. You are strong in your area of interest, and it's the same with others too. No one is superior to you except in the way of being positioned. Neither you are superior to anyone in the team. Each one is responsible for his or her actions and answerable when the results come out. Similarly, coming to the methods in some areas, what works for you cannot work for others. Imitation cannot help every time. There can be found some differences in the final results if we try to follow others. So once you copy others, you let others poke their nose into your affairs. Even when asked to follow others' methods, it's better to observe situation and do what the work demands. Never follow any of the instructions blindly. Sometimes if the boss can give some instructions to test your mental ability, there may be risk of losing the job while those instructions being followed of the boss. I mean, sometimes the boss himself or herself will give you some instructions. If you follow, there are chances that you would lose, because the person has given whether you're going to, just to observe whether you're going to blindly follow, or otherwise you're going to follow them wisely. Sometimes if you are a capable person and a compatible person, you will ask certain questions there, and then you would try to just go with the solution for the problems given. There can be problems. So they will give you a problem and you just go and then do without a discussion. You're going to increase the problem to the management people, otherwise to the work itself. But if you just observe that and then do it well, yeah, the credit comes to you because you are a problem solver. They test your abilities. What kind of an ability? They just want to test you whether you are a problem solver or a problem creator. You cannot simply say that the order was passed by the boss, so you had to do. Your ability of discretion is tested here again. Your ability of discretion, decision making, judgment, that is discretion here. So you have already known. Your well-wishers do not expect you to prove yourself. Remember this. Yet there is a problem with that also. Well-wishers do not expect you to prove yourselves. The people in your life who are worth proving yourselves to are often Ironically, the people who do not want you to prove yourself to them, because they know who you are. But those people should be there to bring out, if there are real problems, yeah, they have to bring before you so that you can have some corrections made. They care for you, they trust you, and even love you for who you are, and they would never want or need you to change or act differently just to pass in their eyes. At the same time, you should be aware of some danger in that also. They don't care about your shortcomings. They ignore those shortcomings because of the love they have for you. And finally, what happens is you just go on with those same mistakes where there is no chance of correction at all. But if you correct, it'll be fine. So friends should be enemies sometimes. The real friend will always try to correct you by just bringing the correct mistake that you have made, and that should be before you, though not before others. There are positive ways to do before others. And if you know your shortcomings, you have chance to improve for a betterment. Now you know why you have to keep yourself proving from others. Be very careful here and hereafter. Everyone is not your well-wisher. Everyone is not an enemy. You are your own enemy. You are your own friend. Don't take others as your friends. Don't take anyone as your enemy. Your enemy. They are who they are. They are who they are. You are what you are. Just remain. Let them remain as they are. Prove your own strengths for yourself. Prove yourself that you can do something better than what you did earlier. That's all. Have a nice day. Thanks for your patience to watch this video. If you think you like this video, please do share this with others. Subscribe it. And when you find this in the YouTube, bell icon is there. Please click on that. Thank you so much. This is your friend or brother Vincent, Paul Moses Vincent. Thank you for watching.